In Lesson 53, we're going to work on solving division problems with a remainder and using rounding to estimate solutions to division problems. So first we're going to look at just grouping things. So here I have 2 rows of 6 dots. So I have 12 dots. So if I wanted to divide those into equal groups, I could divide them 4 in a group. And I would evenly have 3 groups. But now let's say that I have 13 dots. I'm still going to divide them into equal groups. But this time I have a remainder of 1. So when we have something that's extra, we call that the remainder. And that's what we're going to look at more today with division. So first, here I have 13 divided by 4. So we read from the inside working out. I'm going to ask myself what goes into 4 that's close to 13, but not over 13. So we think, well, 12 is close, so 3 times 4 is 12. I subtract. My remainder here is 1. But what do we do with that remainder? We can write the letter R for remainder and we put it up top. So my answer is 3 remainder 1. So the steps again, we think, well, 4 times what number is close to 13? We came up with 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, we get 1. We put our remainder there. Let's do another one. Okay, we have 16 divided by 3. So what number times 3 gets us closest to 16? So let's see, if I did 2, that's 3 times 2 is 6. I think it could go in there more times. So let's do 4. 3 times 4 is 12. But I think we could go even more than that. So let's think 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So let's do 5 on top. 5 times 3 is 15. We subtract, we have a remainder again of 1. If my remainder here is ever larger than the number I'm dividing by, then I know I could use more of this number in groups. We're going to put our remainder up top, so a remainder of 1. How do we check our work? We're dividing, so we're going to need to do what? We're going to have to multiply, but with a remainder there's one additional step. So let's multiply. 3 times 5, and when we have a remainder, we simply add that at the end. So 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16, and I can check my work that way. Let's try this next one. There are 25 students in a classroom. The teacher wants to make groups with 4 in each group. How many groups can be made? Draw a picture. So I know I have 4 students in each group. So we're going to start by putting 4 students. I'm just going to use X's. So there's 4. There's 8. There's 12. There's 16. There's 20. There's 24. But we're not done because we have to get to 25. So then there's 1 extra person. Well, that 1 person won't work by themselves, but you will have a group that has 5 people in it, while the rest have 4. So if we were explaining our answer, we're going to say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 4. And we have 1 group of 5. Okay, the science club will take 20 members to the museum. Vans and a car will be used to take the members to the museum. Each van can carry 6 members. How many vans will be filled? How many members will ride in the car? So our main numbers that we're working with, we have 20 members in all. Each van can carry 6. So each van carries 6. So let's go ahead and divide those two numbers. 20 divided by 6. So you have to think 6 goes into 20 how many times? That would be 3. 3 times 6 is 18. So I write it directly below. I subtract. 20 minus 18 is 2. So I have a 3 with a remainder of 2. But that doesn't really answer my question. I have to explain it. So how many vans will be filled? We'll say 3 vans. And the car will have 2 people. So we've explained what we get when we divide the numbers that we get and how we use them. 3 vans are full, and the car will just have the 2 additional people. Right. On this one, we're going to work with compatible numbers and thinking about numbers that are close to what we have that would be easy to work with. Lucas needs at least 18 quarts of apple cider to make punch for a school party. Apple cider is sold only in gallons. How many gallons should he buy? We'll have to think, what do we know about quarts and how many quarts are just in 1 gallon? Because we're talking gallons. Well, there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So we're going to take 18 and divide that by 4. But I'm going to just think, well, we can't buy part of a gallon, so we're going to have to use a different number than 18. 18 is close. It's close to 20, which is divisible by 4. And another number that's smaller would be 16. That's also divisible by 4. But we want to make sure we have enough apple cider. So we're going to use the number 20. So instead of saying 18 divided by 4, we're going to change that and we're going to use the number 20 divided by 4. So 4 goes into 20 5 times. I'm going to check my work. 5 times 4 is 20. I have no remainder, which is right because I can't buy a remaining or part of a gallon. I'm going to buy 5 gallons of apple cider. So go ahead, try the practice problems, and when you're done, get them checked by me.